What is up, everybody? Joe Everest, the fence expert. I just wrapped up a pretty amazing interview with Tony Thornton. He's the executive director of the American Fence Association. Now, the live interview lasted quite a while, so we've actually cut it into three pieces. This section of the interview answers the question, what is the American Fence Association and why is it important to me, a homeowner? Let's talk about AFA for the homeowners. So, the reason I think it's important to talk about AFA for the homeowners is, if I didn't know fencing, so say I'm talking about roofs. I know nothing about roofs. I know some roof companies, but I don't know roofs. And I get bids from 4 companies. How do I compare them? How do I know apples to apples? And say there's 2 that are in the same ballpark. They're not high, they're not low, they're kind of in that Goldilocks zone. How do I make the choice? Right. What questions do I ask, and how do I interview the contractors? We answered that question in a few videos ago, just what questions to ask a contractor. But what I think the homeowner really needs to understand is that AFA is really there for them too. Right.
This is true. Part of our mission statement, and if you don't mind me, I'm going to look up for a minute, but the American Fence Association benefits the fence industry professionals and consumers by promoting the highest levels of professionalism, ethics, and through the education and certification of its members. So the whole goal is to make sure that we educate, certify, and have good contractors that protects that consumer from getting that bad job. So having consumers in our mission statement has always been part of our wheelhouse and our goal. And I get the calls several times a week. Hey, Tony, this is Sam up in Timbuktu, and I've got some quotes here. I'm a homeowner, and I don't know who to go with. What do you recommend? Well, the first question I ask him is, are any of these guys members of the American Fence Association?
Sure.
And, oh, yeah, I've got 2 of the 4 quotes here. And I said, well, if you don't mind sharing me who they are, and I'll be honest with them. There may be a guy that's focused on commercial that really is just, and another one may be focused on residential, and I'll steer them, in the direction that they need to hear. But we do take a lot of pride in the fact that an AFA member, and we're going to, hey, look, me, I've been there, I've done it. We're going to mess up. We're going to drop the ball from time to time, even as an AFA member. But for the most part, being part of this organization, what comes with that is that if Joe's Fence Company went out and done a job today and your consumer was not happy and they picked up the phone and called and says, hey, I got this AFA member here and he did this, and this. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is pick up the phone and call Joe and say, hey, you got an unhappy camper here. What can we do to resolve this? And 99.9% of the time, it's just a misunderstanding or a miscommunication. And then it's resolved that quick. But they felt like they did something by calling the association when all they had to do was pick up the phone and call you, and it probably would have been resolved anyway.
Yeah, but you made yourself available for that phone call.
Exactly.
You make yourself available for that. One thing I think is important about, when you're looking at whether they are or are not involved with the AFA is, AFA isn't required. The membership's not required. So by being a member, they're taking that additional step towards, now whether it's just simply towards education, which is great, or they're also, going through the, fence installation school, or if we're talking about custom gates and gate operators,
right.
If they've gone through that education, just simply them being a member shows that they've taken that additional step to gain more knowledge and more education and participate in events that make them a better professional.
Absolutely. And that's really what you're gaining. Is just the stamp of approval, the gold standard, whatever you want to call it.
Sure. Is
that you've taken those extra steps. You've invested, in your company, in your employees, in your staff to be better, to be a more professional. The days of when your father owned the company and my father was in the telecommunications industry, they were part of organizations because they felt it was important to give back to the industry that has provided them their livelihood. Sure. And unfortunately, our newer generation just doesn't look at it like that. And sometimes, when I bring that up, I get that dumb look like, what are you talking about? But truly, there's a lot of profession, and we got niche professions, niche organizations out there that benefit our industry. And I think that, we are a members-based organization. I've talked to people all the time. I got close friends that are not even members of AFA, and they'll say, well, Tony, why should I be a member? Well, I'll sell them a pitch, but, they say, well, I'm still making my money. I don't need you. And that's okay. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. But, when they call, I'll help them. I'll be there for them,
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's important. I really do. So if we're talking about homeowners and why AFA is important to them, one, I mean, obviously it's the professional designations, right? So you would want to ask them, are you involved with the AFA? And if so, if the answer is yes, then the next question would be, well, how are you involved with the AFA?
Right.
Do you serve on, do you serve on a board, or are you do you carry professional designations? Yeah. Serve on a committee. Try to get a better understanding for the contractor, because ultimately that's going to be a great insight into not only that particular person, but the company as a whole.
Absolutely.
That the company invests in its employees by, letting them, sending them to these committees, because, a lot of times it's time off work or it's time away from work.
And they're volunteering. They're volunteering their time. That's true.
Yeah. So it's a company that's investing in their people, because the company knows that, higher educated employees are going to be better for the consumer, that, just having this, designation is better for the consumer also. So I think it's important for the consumers to ask their contractor, not only are you involved with the AFA, but how are you involved?
Yeah. If a consumer calls me today, the first thing I ask them, I told you it was AFA, but I was really, really joking. I asked them, are they a licensed contractor? That's the first thing that I'm going to ask them. Are they licensed contractor? Are they insured? And can they protect, you and others if somebody was injured? And then that's when I ask them, hey, I'd really like for you to consider an AFA contractor to, do this work. Yeah. But we try to protect that consumer regardless if they're using an AFA member or not. Again, that's part of our mission goal is to protect that consumer and know that they're getting the right product and the right installer, out there on the job.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think those are great first questions, and with the insurance question, we actually just had a video out, I believe it was last week, that covered insurance, and we've got a few more coming out. So when you ask the question about insurance, usually it's not enough to ask just, are they insured? Because are they insured could mean, is their vehicle insured? They got car insurance. So specifically the insurance to ask for would be, workman's compensation insurance.
Yep.
From a homeowner, that's the one that I would be most concerned about, simply because it covers the homeowner in the event that one of the employees has a work-related accident on their property.
Yes.
Liability insurance is also
very good point. Sure is.
Yeah. So asking what type of insurance, any company that has commercial insurance can provide a certificate of insurance. That way it's something from the insurance company saying, yes, they do carry insurance and here's what they carry.
That's true.
Yeah, licensed insurance. I like for folks to ask for referrals or recommendations. My thing is 2 recent and 2 that are within a year and 2 that are more than a year, preferably more than 2 years old.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
That way, fences can look great in the beginning and then start to show their age after 1 or 2 years. And not necessarily the 2-year recommendation is about showing its age, but also within 2 years, you've probably had a warranty call or 2 come up. Typically it's gates. Your gates need adjusted. So if you're getting a referral from someone that they did the fence 2 years ago, and this person's still willing to give them a good recommendation, that means the company also has good follow through.
Exactly, and they stood behind their work.
That's right.
That's right. True. That's true.
Well, Tony, I think that covers it from the homeowner's perspective. AFA, asking for that AFA designation is incredibly important, and it should be one of the top 5 questions that gets asked, simply because then it gives you better insight into the contractor. Would you agree with that?
Even if I wasn't an AFA executive director, I'd still be looking at that.
Sure.
But if you think about, whatever type of purchase you're doing, whatever it is, you're looking for that reputable organization to steer you in the right direction for whatever you're doing. So we just fit into that same mold. That's for sure.
That's right. Well, Tony, let's answer a few more questions.
We've got an open door policy here. Whether you're a member or a non-member, do not hesitate reaching out to me. Y'all watch my videos, and I share my cell number. I'm going to do it again right now.
You bet.
If you need me, you call me on cell number 972-533-3658. Or if you'd like to send me an email at any time, it's Tony, Tony, at AmericanFenceAssociation.com.
I encourage, if anyone has any questions, don't hesitate to use Tony as a resource. He's one of these guys that will absolutely help you however he can.
Absolutely.
Well, guys, for now, I'm Joe Everest, the fence expert, reminding you that good fences make good neighbors.
Amen. Y'all have a great one.
Thank you, Tony.